What's up? Another day. My boy Jake, morning rush hour. Today we want to talk about one of the traits to success I feel like no one really talks about. And I find with all successful people, this is a trait that they all have, even if they don't know it and are aware of it. And I want to start by saying, like, there's a lot of people that say they get lucky in life, but they don't understand what it takes to get lucky. And you can't be lucky if you aren't even in the game to play. And they say luck is only when preparation meets opportunity. And I'm gonna let Jake talk for a bit and get his point on that.
All right, what's going on? Happy, what's today? It's Thursday.
Our Thursday.
Yeah, our Thursday.
So if you guys are at.
Yeah. So we're a little bit late. I mean, it's around 9:20 a.m. But last night, you know, my wife and Miles' girlfriend, you know, we have this very close mutual friendships, and we went out for a dinner, and we're just talking about life, and we came a conversation about how they got into their job. So right now, his girlfriend and my wife, they work for the very reputable fashion company, and they're really like the top 1% of the fashion designer that everyone, you know, aspire to be. And as we're talking, I was telling them, wow, like, you know, I'm really happy and proud of you guys for some of the things that you guys were able to accomplish, because as you guys all know, fashion is a hard industry. Yeah. If you work for fashion companies in New York, you're straight up hustling. Like, you have no life. Like, meaning you're most likely you're going to work a long, late hours without getting paid that high. It's very difficult, but they are getting they're getting paid very high, and they're having such a good life. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is that I was telling them that you are not giving yourself enough credit. And I say this to you guys because when we were talking to them last night, they were like, yeah, you know, I just got lucky. I really think there's so many people who are more talented than me, but, you know, I just think that, you know, we both got lucky. So as we're talking, my wife's name is Lisa, and do you mind sharing your
girlfriend's name's Annie?
Yeah, Annie and Lisa.
I'll meet them soon.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was telling my wife Lisa, I was like, babe, like, you are really talented in my opinion. And she's like, no, I think there are a lot of people who are talented than me. Like, they like to talk very like low about themselves, and I think they talk from a very humble background, and I get that. But at the same time, like, this is what I told them. I think I get that you are lucky, but even to be lucky, you have to play the game. Like, it's like, if you don't show up, I think the last episode, the last few episodes we talked about just show up, you know, show up to the practice, show up to your scrimmage, so show up to whatever the meeting you gotta go. Life is about just literally showing up. If you show up to the right place, you'll get lucky. So what they've done is they worked hard just like everyone else, but at the same time, you know, they used to send out their resumes to everyone they know. They try to make their connections, and honestly, like, one or two things, you know, led their way to where they're at right now. Yeah. So what I want to say is that being lucky, if someone ever tells you that you're lucky, just gladly say thank you, because being lucky is a blessing, for one, and for two, it's also part of the game. You know, yeah. What happens to Lakers and, you know, the Heat? Obviously Lakers won because they're a better team, but at the same time, like, when it comes to sports, just having slight of luck, you win too. So, you know, life is about being lucky. I think it's totally fine with that. So if someone, again, tell you that you're lucky, thumbs up. That's my point of view. Yeah,
like, the key is to have, like, the willingness to try. Like, I was inspired by both their stories because they both overlooked the idea and, like, the part where they had to try, and and where some people wouldn't have, because they would be like, that's like a pipe dream, that's impossible to work there. They still took that leap of faith and did it, and by their surprise, they got what they wanted. And that's what I love to hear. That's, like, always inspiring for me, because I feel like I myself and Jake have taken leaps of faith this in our lives to even be where we're at. So like, I'm sure before we took that leap, we all was like, we're thinking, there was always like something internally like, don't do it, like play it safe. What happens, like what if this happens? But it's like, even when that is in your head, you have to like bypass that, because there's that quote I always go back to by Terrence McKenna. He just says like, nature loves courage, make the commitment and nature will move impossible obstacles. You have to hurl yourself into the abyss and realize that it's a feather bed like waiting on you, and it's like, you don't know that until you do it. Like, but you have to have that faith to like do it. It's like the world's not trying to eat you up, it's like just waiting on you, because not everyone has the courage to try.
And I think to add on top of that, I think, as we said, our topic is #1 trait of what brings success. And in my life, when I look at the people that I look up to, like my mentor, my financial mentors, or even like just, you know, my parents, my mom, and also just the people that I know of, you know, people like, you know, Miles, who's always very composed, is that their trait of success, it's really their willingness to just show up and being lucky. And again, being lucky is the part of showing up to the game. Like, you know, we show up to the car to go to the gym. We take 20 minutes of our day, you know, one way to the gym to work out and to make connection and get to expand our mind and horizon, right? So again, we got lucky also by being able to talk to other business owners who are at like 7-8 figure. So yeah, some people can say that, yeah, we're lucky to have this opportunity to do that, and I totally agree with that. But again, like, even to do that, you first had to somehow thought of that idea in your mind and put it into action.
That's very true.
So whatever you're doing right now, like if you are a student, like, you know, if you want to get a better grades, like, you know, show up to your professor's class. I mean, your professor's extra hours, whatever. And if you are working out right now, show up one more hour earlier. And if you have a job, like you want to do a side hustle like we do, and make this side hustle as your main hustle. Show up, you know, do whatever you gotta do to build that side hustle. And I know it's hard, but you have to understand, sometimes playing odds is the best way to win the game. Because why? There's not that many people doing it. There are not that many people in this creator space. So for me and for Miles, we see this as an opportunity. We don't see YouTube as such a saturated market, although it is. But again, YouTube is #2 search internet source. So like, people go to YouTube, not Google anymore almost nowadays. So again, guys, so whatever you're doing, show up. #1 trait of success is being lucky, and being lucky is also part of the game. And so
to have that willingness to try to be lucky. Like just, we'll wrap this up soon, but yeah, like even with YouTube, it's like, if you were gonna start a YouTube channel, it's like, could be oversaturated, but it's like, well, just take the leap of faith to try, and then once you continue to show up, then people are able to even spot you. So if you want to think of luck as like, you can't get lucky if you don't have a foundation to push you up to be picked. So every YouTube video I put out is just another platform to stick my head out, to be picked, to be lucky. So you have to do what you have to do to even be lucky. So, and
no one's gonna get out of their comfort zone and try to find who you are.
No one's gonna come knocking on your door, like, hey, it's just what's your time?
And really, like, I think this also goes into like bigger topic. Some people might say, oh yeah, but like, I'm an introvert, I'm not like an extrovert, you guys. And honestly, I think my whole life, before middle school, I think I was very introverted too. But then, you know what I realized is that the world does not care whether you're introverted or you're extroverted. Like, the world does not care. So if you're introverted, then you have to find a way to find how you can find success. So as an example, like my wife is an introvert, so she's not like a very talkative person, but that's okay. She's really good at organizing. She's really good at following up with people. She's really good at, you know, operational management. She's got a very strong traits that builds her success. So again, it's not about people like us who always talk. It's really those people who work behind it. There was no Bill Gates if there was no another second guy in Microsoft. So again, guys, if you feel like, oh yeah, like I feel like I'm not getting lucky because I'm not out there, no, that's okay. You don't always have to show your face. You can show your writing, you can show your YouTube video, you can just help other person. So again, just do what you gotta do to be successful, and I really hope this message, you know, inspire you guys. And
I hope it resonates with you guys. If you're fearful about taking action, just know that once you do, everything else is like almost waiting on you to actually take that action. But we'll wrap this video up. Appreciate you guys tuning in till the end of this video. We're going to actually start a separate channel just for morning rush hour, so stay tuned for that. We'll have that up by this weekend. But appreciate you guys tuning in and the responses we're getting already, so
really appreciate it. And make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. I mean, we're just getting started. We're trying to get lucky too, so please help us. Let's get this you know, get that max comments going, and let's start this YouTube algorithm to get going by smashing that like button and
like,
get notified.
Comment, subscribe, and the notification bell, be notified when we drop more content. And since this is on my channel for now, just know a belief may be comforting, but only through true experience can be liberating. Grant yourself permission to level up. Until next time, it's your boy Salem and Jake. We're out.